It is absolutely right that Arts Council is asking music hubs to demonstrate the participation rates in our activities and in our learning by different groups of students. And this is absolutely critical because we have to be able to demonstrate that we're not just providing for the elite, but we are genuinely working with all young people. But I think what we can do is if we get our data and our evidence range appropriate, we can start to break it down into those different categories of students we might be interested in. So again, if we look at some of the Ofsted guidance, in their most recent triennial support, Wider, Still and Wider, at the back of that, there is a table which they ask music departments to use when they are analysing the participation rates of their students in schools. And I think it shows a good range of categories of students we might be interested in. So boys and girls, gifted and talented, SEN, looked after children, free school meals, English as an additional language, and different ethnic groups. I will say that within Hampshire I was interested by some of our head teachers who, when we were talking to them about these groups, asked if we could include forces children amongst them, because that's another group for which actually, of course, there is money available, and clearly one of the things that this data might help us identify is through the use of the pupil premium, not just which groups are participating and which groups are making good progress, which ones are achieving the higher standards, but if they're not engaged or not making sufficient progress, how do we best use the money that is available to target provision at those groups of young people? So we hope that at some point you'll have data which reflects the model of learning that your hub has agreed on. You'll have data and evidence which demonstrates overall standards and standards for specific areas of learning. You'll have data and progress evidence about how well students are learning over time, and that's for whole cohorts of students, and for individual students, and for different instruments and voices. And hopefully you'll feel confident that that data is robust, that it's consistent, accurate, and has been backed up by moderation.